reminder because AP Bren are looking clean and polished right now.
Raja Langit only have one thing to do, and that's take us to game 3. If they don't, AP Bren come through with a dub up top already.
Okay. They expected this early interaction between the 2v2 up top side to make sure that at least there isn't a bit of a cheese at the starting of the game. But that being said, at least with Sans, he's winning out on his trades in the meantime.
Yeah, so that's a good battle up top. Down bottom, you can expect the same. No clear wins, at least for our gold laners. Here's the battle for the Little Wanderer.
Yep, it's already going to begin, and it looks like Kairi is going to have a priority over it, as Sans is controlling the mid lane very, very well this time. He knows this matchup against this farm is in few, but more importantly, they're keeping tabs on where Ogwin is.
Yep, and here's one more look at the emblems, and wait, Flapteezy, can he get away?
He's going to try his best. He flickers out in the middle of his animation to make sure that Boots doesn't sneak in an auto.
Oh, animation canceling. Top tier tick right there. All right, so one thing that's catching my eye here is the quantum charge on Kyle TZ's Fred, and then Kairi still sticks to his guns. Martis, Brave Smite.
Yeah, it's interesting, right? Because again, oh wait, hold on, Owen, he finds the catch off the Sands in the mid lane here, and he doesn't have a chance to actually respond. A flicker for a flicker, and first blood goes over to AP Bren.
Sans didn't see that coming, and he wasn't expecting that much damage that early on, since we're 10 seconds away from the first turtle. I'm wondering how Onic is going to count on that first blood. Because again, I don't think he was counting to die there. Because he sped the flicker.
Yep. I mean, he wasn't expecting it. And more importantly, I think even from this position, let's look at the fight up top as Kairi is going to back away from this with Sans not hitting his level 4. And now Keyboy in a lot of trouble with no real way to follow up. He's holding on to the Divine Judgment, but it looks like Onic is just going to back away.
Yep, and they're looking for the pull. Boots doing well to keep it at equilibrium. Watch Few. He has the called altar, and there's the jump!
Yep, and Bootsy's going to take all the damage. He's going to take all the aggression, and now this could be an opportunity as Onic moves in. TZ finds the kill on towards Boots' side. Sans tries his best to keep the rest of his team with a call altar of their own, but it's traded back and forth, and now locked down with the Divine Judgment. Few with no mana, allowing Kairi to decimate him one chain after another for a double kill.
Oh, that was an early out that AP Bren called. The remaining members, the surviving duo, Ogwin and Kyle TZ, made the call and said, you know what? Not worth it. Few, you're gonna die. Let's just cover up our losses and give it over. But there's another one!
A play from Ogwin, forcing Keyboy back into a corner, unable to respond except for losing his battle spell. No flicker for Keyboy.
All right, so small victories here for AP Bren, but just the same, it's still Onic calling the shots. They walked away with a couple of kills and the turtle on the way out of that turtle pit. So with that being said, we're looking for the difference maker. Where is it going to come from? Where is the X factor as we go into the post-laning phase?
It's going to be in CW, right? I mean, that's what we were seeing in the lane. It's a 4v4 fight by these neutrals, but at the same time, CW is getting very, very aggressive in this lane. Now, Super Marco, he finally recovered from it, right? Finally, with that kill that they found onto Keyboy in that mid lane, they're able to kind of apply that invisible pressure down to the bot side because CW doesn't want to die, but now Kairi, any retribution finds... Ooh, the kill instantaneously, and now he's chasing for more. Kairi opens up the map. The Asura's aura is only going to find 2 as Super Marco is able to make it away in time.
Kyle did not expect for there to be 4 members of Onic there. You don't do a 4-man Y Bush gank this early on. So that was definitely off timing, but just the same, Onic reaped the benefits. It was all for them. The surprise factor worked out. Now they're, what, tickling the edge of a 2K gold lead at 4 minutes. That's huge in the post-patch meta.
And more importantly, it's huge because that gold is coming from CW, right? He's winning his lane, he's unlocked his lane, and now Onic Esports can up the ante.
Oh, this is so good for Onic. That game 3 is looking so close. It's almost inevitable. Kairi with the turtle pull. Flapteezy answering back. Watch Keyboy doesn't have a pull.
Yeah, he's locked on. Ogwin is looking for an opportunity. He opens up the side rush, but TZ, it's going to be a retribution battle. He's leveled down. Kairi gets pulled away from that final slash. Oh, Bennett's rage looks good, but now the call altar as they start pushing on forward and the reset. The retribution's already gone. It's too late. And now a double kill for CW. He's going to flicker forward, finds Few, and now Ogwin left all by himself with no damage to back him up, and Super Marco, he's out. He's out. He doesn't want no part of this.
It's those 2 words that's made the difference for Onic here in this 5-minute bout. Looking at 3-6. No contest on this second turtle of the game. You said it, Gideon. No damage. Anything and everything that AP Bren does is for setup. Right now, the damage isn't there quite yet. I'm not so sure what they're hedging on. Are they waiting on Super Marco? Are they hoping that Fuse Ghost Bursters do enough damage? Because right now the answer is no, they're not. So it's so difficult to think of how AP Bren can clap back, especially since Onic is calling all the shots. This is a huge lead already this early on. 5 minutes 45, 4K. Every single position is out farming their colleagues on the other side of the map. AP Bren, they're left wondering, how do we do this? The draft looks so good.
I mean, I think it all comes down to how they approach these neutral objectives, right? Okay, so what? You have a couple of structures. It's not the end of the world here. AP Bren can still scale, but it will take some time. Now, for Onic Esports, on the other hand, right? Yes, they are out farming their opponents, but I think the bigger question is whether or not AP Bren, with the builds that we are seeing, okay, interesting flicker coming in from Keyboy. Doesn't find it, but still, it's that invisible pressure.
Yep. The fact that they saw him do that means that Onic clearly sent a message, we want to go fast. So if AP Bren can read the room, if AP Bren can play to that dynamic and punish, that's how they can shrink this 4K gold lead. Now approaching the 7-minute mark. One last turtle before we go into Lord territory. Flapteasy just built himself a Thunder Belt. What's the item game looking like? Yu has a Enchanted Talisman, so that's still not enough damage. Oh, I bet Chewe and Kyrie are eating good. I bet their items are amazing.
Oh yeah, they're having the time of their lives, right? 4 members hovering around mid-side, ready to invade the orange buff if necessary. But now, AP Bren, Super Marco is trying to pull attention to himself. He reveals himself on purpose. Now we're going to see the response from Onic.
I guess you can look at the bright side, right? At least Super Marco hasn't died yet. Oh, that's one of the few things that AP Bren has going for them. You know, saving it for a rainy day. Hey, Marco, you haven't died yet, so maybe they can farm up to him. But wait, Flapteasy walks into Keyboy!
Yup, the Divine Judgment is good with the help of the Biru's Passion, instantly just pulling him out. I mean, even Sans, he just wanted to be a part of it. He ends up, takes the kill. But I wanted to talk about the mid lanes, right? Both taking Enchanted Talisman, there's only one thing that comes into mind. They're looking to play this early to mid, right? The scaling will come later, but we're not going to get it through a Clock of Destiny.
They want to make like Lightning McQueen, go zoom, zoom all around the map. Now Ogwin, looking for that jump, misses Boots.
I mean, Boots is on the run. Like LaFell said, he's being really annoying. He's eventually going to fall, but look at the amount of space that Onic Esports has taken in the meantime. The entire bottom side, tier 2. Still, AP Bren, they're holding on to their tier mid 1.
I reckon in just the same. Ogwin reckons he finds one!
He pushes Keyboy back into it, but oh, wait, the Asura's Aura, it almost looked good with a stolen away call to Altar. Sans is going to keep the rest of his teammates alive. Only Boots fall, trading it for Ogwin. Not that bad.
The same dilemma is showing face here. About 3-4 minutes away. There's not enough damage on the side of AP Bren. Flapteasy so close.
Yup, and Super Marco comes in with a blazing duet, more than enough damage to take out CW's and now Kyrie is out. They lose their mid turret, but now they're flickering forward to try to make the play once again. Sans, he doesn't have enough damage so far, and Kalteezy is going to punish Boots. He's on the run, but there's no way to keep up with that kind of speed.
And Ogwin felt that they were going into 3rd and 4th gear, went for the conceal, like, I'm gonna jump. Oh, never mind. So just the same, AP Bren showing signs of life. This is definitely what AP Bren fans are looking for, Filipino fans are looking for, but just the same, it's gotta be confusing, right? You have Kyrie and Yeb on one side, and then you have AP Bren on the other. A good fight is a good fight, folks. Let's just look at it at that. 4K ahead, 9 minutes in, Lord coming up in just under 30 seconds. Now if you picked up a key item, now if you can deal damage, maybe Lightning Truncheon. Especially if they're all clumped up together. Tick after tick after tick after Ghost Bursters. Maybe that's the difference maker here. I'm not so sure if it's going to be enough, though.
I don't know as well, because, again, if we're looking at the difference maker, it's got to be Flapteasy here. That Final Slash is a really important ability, and if he can kind of group everybody nice and tight, then Fuse is going to have the time of his life. Until then, Onic Esports, they have to remember, Winds of Nature needs to come up soon for CW Ski.
That's right. I agree. I have to admit, Flapteasy hasn't really been making much of an impact, much like he did in Game 1. So AP Bren is waiting for that opportunity. And wake-up call, folks. Besides this quick and easy Lord that Bren had no business taking, Onic Esports have been calling the shots all throughout this 10-minute bout. a lot of the catches, a lot of the free kills, and the surprises have come from Onic. I'm wondering when AP Bren comes on board. When is AP Bren going to go, you know what, here's the play. Let's wait for them in this bush. Where is that?
I think it's going to be after this Lord defense, right? It's going to have to be around neutral objectives. That's the easiest time to kind of get Onic Esports all in one place. They opened up the bottom side of the map just to get the information, try to defend their tier 2, while the Lord empowered minions and the Lord from top side will start to collapse in.
Yep, so that's a well-synced wave up top with the Lord and down bottom via Boots. Looking at AP Bren, though, they should be able to take care of this. They should be able to walk away with all inhibitors intact, because on a scale of 1 to 5, their wave clearing sits at about 3.5.
I can agree with that. And Sans, now with the Holy Crystal purchase, that's going to be huge for him as the outer turrets finally fall. Only left with the inhibitors on Esports, finally. All right, I'm going to take a step back. Let's breathe. Let's also take a pause at the same time.
Perfect timing! All right, so folks, this is as top tier a matchup as it gets, right? You're looking at IESF qualifier champions, you're looking at gold medalists from the SEA Games, and you're looking at MSC champions. You're looking at back-to-back MPLID champions. So this breather here, this moment to give our athletes a chance to compete at the highest possible level and make sure that their experience is spotless is perfect. Let's talk about what's happening here.
All right.
Lord was taken down. All waves are coming through. Map belongs to Onic. Where does the punish come through? Is there going to be a moment in the next maybe 2 or 3 minutes wherein Bren can actually come out? Is this time for AP Bren to come to play?
Yes, I think it is. Because again, let's keep in mind that the main damage dealers from the side of Onic Esports are relatively squishy. Sans, for an example, and as well as CW, both of which don't have many defensive options, especially after they've used their mobility skill 2, depending on which hero, really doesn't matter. As soon as it's on cooldown, that's when you need to keep your eyes on Flapteezy. He might just flicker for it to go with that final slash and maybe put them down to 50% HP, and that's what we saw earlier, right? Just a little bit of a taste, and that's how CW got his death.
I concur, Deputy. I concur. The fact that they don't have any true peel, their only real semblance of peel is Boots' multiple health bars. After that, again, you treat it like a Kufra, you treat it like a Fredrin. Once you're down, where does Onic go?
Well, hopefully not into the Ring of Order coming in from Keyboy, but that's just like one ability. It's not enough. It's not enough to peel.
That's right. So they're a very all-in lineup. So if Bren can, you know, juggle around that, if they can find that window wherein the peel becomes substandard, they can clap back. So that's where the AP Bren window is. I'm wondering if Onic can go fast enough.
Well, I think Onic doesn't have much of a choice in that case, right? Because it's all about, hey, your wave clear is kind of okay at this point of time, but we also don't want to give too much back. Because as soon as we fail a single one of these Lords and we lose, what, 4 out of the 5 members in a single fight, that's when you expect to see AP Bren come online and bounce back to start taking away the structures. I think the scarier part about all of this is keep your eyes on Super Marco, because he's scaling fast. He's got the trinity of the Corrosion Scythe, the Demon Hunter Sword, as well as the Golden Staff in play.
And he's doing a superhuman job. He's doing extraordinarily well for a team that is down the way Bren is. Look at this. He's just, what, 400, 500 gold off of CW ski.
And
how?
And he lost his lane. He still manages to recover, manages to get 2 kills without dying. So while all of this is happening, despite the odds being stacked against him, he's still holding on for his dear life and somehow succeeding in it.
I'm wondering how far along his item build he is and how much longer until he gets the Wind of Nature. Because once he does, he's the boss.
I think he's immediately going for it. 4th item, it makes sense, right? Let's get back into the game and see whether or not Super Marco is eventually going to finish this, because it's important, right? He's got a lot of things to worry about, like getting disarmed by Boots.
Yep, it would be in their best interest to freeze. I'm talking about Onic, and indeed they are. They're saying, you know what? Manage the amount of gold that Marco's getting. We can't have him get Wind of Nature before CWC does first. And that's what's happening here. So they're forcing AP Bren to actually go out of their comfort zone. But wait, they spot Sun.
All All right, they do see Sans.
Boots to the boots.
Notice that Bren is moving together, right? Yeah. They're making sure that if they collapse on one, Keyboy finds it. He gets right on top of Flapteasy, taking the playmaker out, and now Stats going in for the fight. Mega kill already achieved by Kyrie as they chase him down one by one. Kyrie with his Assure's Aura is going to pull him out of position. The Terrifier from onto Kalteezy's side is good as Ogren has to flicker away before getting decimated some more. And now this inhibitor is in trouble. Few tries his best to clear out that way, but Boots says no, being annoying as ever, stands in that front line as they take the inhibitor for free. Onic gets to walk away. That was daylight robbery.
That's right. They spotted AP Bren a little too far from home. Maybe it wasn't even supposed to be that way. Maybe AP Bren was just making the call, and 3 out of 2 of them said, maybe we can take this fight. And here you'll see that this is what's been happening the past 2 or 3 team fights. Flap is the first to go. And AP Bren are just lucky enough to have Few spawn fast enough via his passive that they didn't lose more than just the mid inhibitor.
Yeah, I mean, it's really, really unfortunate, right? Because Few, he died so fast. So incredibly fast. You see the call alter, next thing you know, everybody doesn't have it.
Didn't even use it. He didn't even use it. It was off a cooldown already.
I mean, they tried. I mean, he tried. It still takes a little bit of channel time, but now here's where it all comes down for AP Bren. This Lord is so important for them.
And by the way that they're positioned on the map, it looks like they actually want to contest. They don't want to make it so free for Onic. Despite the 8k gold lead and despite both top and bottom crashing, and now Kalteezy commits, and there's a jump!
Yep, it's on top of Keyboy. He's not a priority target, so they back away from this. Kalteezy's going to lock him down, but Sans steals the call altar just in time. So now, even more reason for AP Bren to just back away, but they're not going to do it just yet. Notice, Super Marco, he's walking up, and now he's going to clear the mid.
Yep, that's a lot of gold coming over to the Claude. And again, he needs this. He finally has that Wind of Nature built. Looking at CW Ski, though, farm just comes up for him much, much easier. He already has his own. And there's a concealed play. Where are they going?
They're taking the mid rush for now, and Onic Esports, they don't mind. Take the space. You can take as much as you want. Notice that Boots has pushed out that bottom side, and Kyrie, he can take damage as Keyboy starts walking down. Divine Judgment lands onto the right target, and now the final slash hitting all 5, and CW still alive with the Winds of Nature, unstoppable as the Decimate comes through. Ogren a little late on the call, but it's too late. Few has found CW. The Kalteezy ends up losing his life, but Kyrie gets the triple chain Decimate. Make it a 4th Maniac for Kyrie.
Super Marco, the only survivor, but just the same, Onyx members are very low. They don't want to force it. They're taking their time here. They're going to take down this Lord and then go for the finish as a 5-man. But woo! Was that not how you want to see a Martis take down a fully cult altered team?
I mean, most people tend to forget that the Assure's Aura, it's annoying if it's targeted on you, but when it claps 4 people together, the amount of damage that Sans was able to pump out was unreal.
Just lined them up, knocked them down. That's exactly what happened there. And look at the damage. Off of that, prior to that engagement, I'm pretty sure CW was on top. And then now, Sans said, thank you very much. It's great to be back. I'm feeling so much better. Let me get on top of this damage leaderboard. Looking at the Lord that's going to be spawning about 5 seconds from now. It's going to be coming in through mid. 15 minutes, 15 seconds in. What's the defense looking like?
It's going to be very similar to how we saw that Lord fight, right? I mean, Flapteasy got a really good final slash, and even Few, a good amount of damage landed onto CW despite him having to roll backwards and quickly using his Winds of Nature. But again, it's still magic damage, so we can't dodge it all.
And here we see the Lord coming in. Big fat wave accompanying it. Kyrie and Sans too. Let's see. Cult Alter, all ults available for both sides.
The inhibitor falls on the top side, but now Onic positioning himself. They're allowing Boots to kind of pull attention to himself because he's got 3 life bars. He's a big boy. But no, it looks like they're going to wait for the second wave. They're going to set this up. Kyrie already being put down to 50% of his HP, just showing you the damage coming in from Super Marco. Oh, wait.
Seal.
Oh, Divine Judgment lands on one. Nibiru's Passion into the call altar.
Flapteasy gets popped.
He jumps in forward even further, and now no Decimate targets. Kyrie, he might just fall right here.
He still survives. Down he goes.
Winds of Nature for Super Marco. Few, he flickers on forward, and again, the defense is good. A 1-for-1 trade, no inhibitors, but AP Bren still live.
Breathing and keeping it tight. Kalteezy grabbing his purple. The snipe from Chiwiski misses. And just like that, AP Bren, just another day in the office. We're going to bounce back, but I'm wondering if this is enough. They just took out Kyrie. Flapteasy again goes down. His MVP win in game 1. I think Onic took that personally.
They did, but just recognize the experience coming in from both of these teams. AP Bren had a clear plan of when to fight, and even Onic Esports respecting it, right? They lost 5,000 EXP in that push itself. Not the greatest for them, but you can just see the just glory that they want to achieve, but it needs to be done cleanly, not messily.
Yep. Again, I don't blame him for the fact that it wasn't as clean as the previous team fights they've been winning in the 17-minute bout, because you're already playing inside AP Bren's base. That's their fortress. That's their land. So next step for Onic to actually finish the job here is to, again, number 1, take down Flapteasy, and 2, time out Fuse resources. And I'm not just talking about Cult Altar. I'm talking about even his death timer. But with the way that these waves are actually coming through and the way that Onic Esports can't afford to just freeze the way that they have been in the past 2 or 3 Lord takes, maybe, just maybe, AP Bren can do more than just a 2-for-1 or a 4-for-1 with the Maniac on Kyrie. I can't believe that happened.
I can't believe that happened too, but that's what you get with kill resets, man. They're really, really fun to play. But more importantly, AP Bren, they're doing it all over again. The exact same motion. They open up that mid-brush. They see Keyboy as well as Sense spot out Kyrie all the same time. And now it's about how do you control this map, because Boots, like LaFell said, is being annoying.
He is so annoying. I'm not even in this game, and I want to that Masha as he leaves a big fat wave over for Super Marco to take care of. Give him something to think about. This Lord's Dance continues though. Lord at just barely more than 50% HP. Look at Bren taking control of their purple side of the map, and Boots just continuing to do Boots things. He's just planning himself there. I have a wave for you, Bren. I have a wave for you. Come deal with it.
And now Kyrie, he's purposely slowing it down, 50% HP. What are you gonna do, AP Bren? You gotta make a move. Keyboy purposefully standing by Pixel Brush. Conceal comes on through. He's looking for a target. He spots out Ogwen, but now Final Size is gonna put him into his place. Keyboy is out of position, but is able to pull Kalteezy into the Bennett's range. And the Nibiru's Passion Boots has slowed down the backline, as this is gonna be a free Lord for the side of Onic Esports.
Not just a free pickoff on Kalteezy as well. Onic have overloaded AP Bren. There was AP in there. Analysis, paralysis. There were way too many lanes, way too many factors that AP Bren had to take consideration of. And they were like, you know what? Maybe we should just deal with the waves. Few go there. But he needed to be in that fight where Kalteezy overcommitted. And at that point, it's just a little too late. Now there's this Luminous Lord marching down through mid. Unless, no, wait, this is evolved. Oh, it hurts a little more. Kalteezy's back in 5.
They have to stall this out. Keyboy is going to try his best, but Boots is looking for Super Marco. He knows exactly what to do. Pushes right into the Call Altar, but they're going to rush down the base, not giving them a chance to respond to the fight. GG, well played. On